Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I am Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. If you are somebody who's new to this channel and you love professional wrestling, WWE in particular, this is the channel for you. Subscribe to this channel for more WWE content if you would like. I'm not going to force you to. But if you like this video, it does me a huge favor. It helps get this video out to people who don't know about this channel that also love WWE. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. We're talking about SmackDown, Raw, PLEs. We do predictions. We do email videos. But in this video in particular, we're talking about SmackDown. So let's get into it. All right. So I think from now on, I was just thinking, because the shows are 3 hours long, because I try to make these videos not too long, I think I'm going to cover probably the biggest, most key moments of the shows. I don't think anybody really cares if, like, you know, Austin Theory defeats, you know, like R-Truth or something like that. Like, it happened, but it's like, I think I'm going to start just covering the things that actually mean something towards a story, whether it's important or I think it might become important to pay attention to. That's not to say that, you know, I'm gonna short you or cheat you on anything like that. I just feel like, you know, there's just a lot to cover. Because some of these segments run long, like some of the promos and stuff. They take a little bit of time, and I want to devote enough time to dissect the things that I think are most important to know. First of all, the show starts with Wade Barrett and Joe Tessitore just like walking through the backstage area while talking on the microphones and then through the crowd. I thought this was an awesome shot. This is not something they do on Monday Night Raw, so it'd be cool if they do this to kind of like make the shows feel different. I do like this a lot. I kind of hope they start doing this more often or every single week would be awesome. Like them just coming through the crowd, talking on the microphones. You got the whole crowd behind them all hype and everything, and then they cut to like an opening or like a video package or something like that. I don't know, something small, but I thought it was a cool different change, and I kind of hope they keep that like every single week. I think that'd be a very cool thing to do. So SmackDown's in San Diego. Of course, we're gonna have to have San Diego and Rey Mysterio. They go together. Rey Mysterio is from here. He kicks off the show. He gets in the ring. I got worried for a second. I was like, wait, is he announcing retirement here? But he declares that he will be in the Royal Rumble, and then soon after that, Kevin Owens comes out, and I thought Kevin Owens' shirt was awesome. Was it I'm trying to remember it. I have it written down, but I'm going to try to avoid looking at it. It was a Canadian son. I got to look at my phone. Sorry. I wanted to do it without looking at the phone. I thought I could do it. It is the Canadian dream son of a security systems technician's shirt. I thought that was freaking awesome. If you know, you know. That was really cool. Yeah, Kevin Owens kind of runs down his career, what he's done, the championships he's won. He kind of talks about Rey's in that aspect too. He says the one thing he hasn't done, I think the only thing he needs to do left is to go in the ring and go one-on-one with Rey Mysterio to solidify his case of being like an all-time great. He wants to fight Rey Mysterio, and he tells Rey, hey, you know, when you win the Royal Rumble, I hope that you pick me. Pick me as the champion you want to face at WrestleMania so I can go one-on-one with you at WrestleMania. I can defeat you, and I can just etch my name in the history books of being one of the greatest of all time. And Rey Mysterio quickly kind of like tries to be respectful about it, but he says, hey, Kevin, you know, that sounds cool and all, but you're not the champion. And the crowd goes nuts for that. Kevin Owens, of course, still is walking around with that double-winged championship over his shoulder. So he's like playing champion right now. I think it looks perfect. It's a cool fit. I kind of wish that Owens was the champion and that was the title he was carrying around because I love the look. But Rey Mysterio says, hey, Kevin, you know, when I do win the Royal Rumble, if you do beat Codyrhodes, I will gladly pick you as the person I'm facing at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. And Kevin Owens starts to freak out on Rey Mysterio, saying that, you know, he's the champion. What are you talking about? All that kind of thing. Rey Mysterio cuts him up and says, whoa, hold on, Kevin. Calm down. You're kind of freaking out right now. You kind of remind me a lot like my son Dom. And, of course, the crowd loves that, and that's going to trigger Kevin Owens even more. So Owens looks like he's about to go attack Rey Mysterio. He tries to swing the title at him. Rey ducks. Rey kind of fights him off, and that's how SmackDown starts. It's a good start, an unconventional start. It's not something we're used to seeing as a start of SmackDown, but nonetheless, I actually really liked it. I thought it was cool. I love Rey. I love Kevin Owens. And they end up getting a match later on in the night. And I think that match I would put it up there as probably the best of the night, if not the second best of the night. Now, this next thing I was not going to cover until something happened after that. So it was a backstage segment with Naomi and Bianca. They're talking, and Naomi comes up to Bianca. She tells her that she's got no lead on Jade. Got no idea what happened to Jade still. I got nothing. And then they ended up talking about how they got to prepare for their match, all that kind of stuff. I wasn't going to put anything about that until I saw on Twitter afterwards, Jade tweeted a response to that segment saying, "You sure?" with a question mark, and I think she put the eyeball emoji there too. So things are starting to rile up here a little bit here for this people who might have thought that Jade or Naomi was the one that attacked Jade. I'm kind of on that same train. I think she did. So this is kind of making it seem like it's what's going on, or maybe it's Bianca. Maybe Bianca attacked Jade. It would make sense if it was Bianca, I guess. Only in the way because there were rumors of having Jade versus Bianca at WrestleMania. So I feel like people are trying to find a way to get to that route. This could be that way. So that was interesting. I want to see what happens from there. I think they're going to drag it on for a little bit until we get closer to WrestleMania, because I feel like whatever it comes from this, it's going to result into the culmination at, facing each other at WrestleMania. Jimmy Uso versus Carmelo Hayes. On paper, this looks like a great match. And honestly, they delivered a pretty good match. But at the end of the match here, Jimmy Uso was going up for a splash. And then the camera did such good work here where it's focused in on Jimmy, and then it reveals that it's Fatu is out there and Tama Tonga's out there, and they cause the DQ. Fatu attacks Jimmy, does the splash to him, and then Carmelo is like, "Oh yeah, let's go, come, hit him some more or whatever." And then they end up attacking Carmelo too. And then shortly after that, Solo Sikoa's music hits, and out comes the former self-proclaimed tribal chief. Solo comes down to the ring. He gets on the mic. He wants to say something. He wants to cut a promo here, and the crowd just do not let him. They're booing like crazy, almost to the level of Dom Heat. They're booing. He can't speak. He ends up turning the mic sideways, just dropping it, and he leaves the ring. He takes his coat off. He kind of walks around with the coat hanging around his shoulder. Walks through the crowd, and that's it. And what I found interesting was he just straight up just left. He left Tama Tonga. He left Fatu. They were just in the ring, and the camera cuts back to Fatu, and he kind of looks like he's like, "Dude, where you going?" He kind of looks like he's being like left behind, like not betrayed, but like, "Dude, what's going on?" You know what I mean? Like, my leader's now walking out on us. What's going on? So Fatu looked like it did not sit well with him. He ends up getting on the microphone, and he delivers a short but very effective promo. I mean, this guy is unreal. We glaze and praise Braun Breaker on Raw, but we have to show that same type of feel here for Fatu. I mean, we can have one on each show. We can glaze and praise Breaker on Raw, and then glaze and praise Fatu on SmackDown. And if they end up on the same show at some point, it's going to be hard, but we're going to have to for both. I mean, it's just the rules that I'm being told, right? It comes down from up top. It's not me. I don't make these rules. Braun Breaker and Fatu, that I have no control over. That's who we glaze and praise here at Wicked Bitter. He cuts a promo. He says he's tired of being disrespected. He tells people, I'm just summarizing everything he says here, but he says, don't act like I didn't get mine. I've never gotten mine. I don't care if you boo us, you cheer us, whatever. I'm always going to get mine, kind of thing. And he said he's tired of the disrespect. And the best part about all of this is that he's just getting started, which I thought was really cool. Effective promo there. I really did like that. And as he's done saying that, LA Knight's music hits. He comes out. He attacks both Fatu and Tama Tonga from behind. They end up, of course, getting the numbers on him, beating up on him. And it was a pretty cool segment here. I forgot to mention, during that beatdown, LA Knight, getting beat down by Fatu and Tama Tonga, Braun Strowman comes out. I forgot to mention it. I'm sorry. I'm just not a Braun Strowman guy. I'm not a Braun Strowman guy. Sometimes I kind of just I blank him out of my mind. But he came out to the ring. He kind of fights off, he was going to fight Jacob Fatu, but Tama Tonga pulled Fatu's leg from underneath the ring and got him out of the ring, and that was that. So get ready for a tag team match coming up pretty soon, or even better yet, a 6-man tag with Jimmy and Braun and LA Knight versus Carmelo, Fatu, and Tama Tonga. I could see that happening maybe next week or the week after. My thing is, Jimmy Uso getting a beatdown. Where is Roman Reigns? I acknowledge our tribal chief, right? Our OTC. I acknowledge him. But, I know somebody mentioned in the comment last video, they're really tired that Roman Reigns is not showing up every single week, and he shows up for 1 week, then he's off for like 3 or 4. I'm kind of with you on it. I kind of am, because it's like something like this where Jimmy returned to help Roman Reigns, right? He came back, he made the play, he called the play to help Roman. He helped him in War Games. I mean, these guys go to bat for Roman Reigns week after week. They go there, they help him out, and then when they are in need, he's nowhere to be seen. Like that's just something has to come from this, right? Like, you can't keep having Jimmy and Jay and Sammy always have Roman Reigns' back, but when it's time for Roman to have their back, he never shows up. And if you're going to give Roman Reigns all this time off, fine. That's okay, whatever. But at least don't attach him to these guys anymore, because now it looks awful. It looks like Jimmy is always there for Reigns, and then when Jimmy gets a beat down, it's like, where the hell is Roman Reigns? He's never around to help anybody who's helped him. So I don't know. If that's going to be the case, just turn Roman Reigns back to being a heel. Give him a reason why he's not showing up, because now, if you're going to say that he's a babyface or he's a good guy, this is not what good guys do, especially when it's their family. He doesn't even help his family. I don't know. I'm kind of getting to that point where I'm just like, dude, I don't understand. And like, I love Roman Reigns as champion, but I'm to the point now, too, where I don't want Roman Reigns to be champion. Because if he's going to be gone for week after week like this, we don't need that anymore. We got a stacked roster, both on Raw, SmackDown, WWE as a whole. We don't need champions taking all this time off. We need it to be interesting and intriguing, and I don't think a champion that's gone for weeks at a time, months at a time, is going to get people too happy about it. We get Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio. Really good match. Probably my favorite of the night, if not the second favorite, because the main event was amazing. Kevin Owens ends up beating Rey Mysterio, and after the match, he tries to attack Rey, but Cody Rhodes comes out and makes the save. Throughout the night, Nick Aldis was trying to get Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes to sign this contract for their match or something. He ends up telling Cody afterwards that the contract signing is going to happen. I think he said it's going to be at Saturday night's main event, and he says there's going to be a moderator, somebody who won't allow things to get out of hand, and he says it's going to be San Antonio's very own Shawn Michaels. So Shawn Michaels will be there to get the signatures from Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. That's great match between Kevin Owens and Rey Mysterio. I'm looking forward to Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. I wish Kevin Owens would have a chance in winning this thing, but I feel like he won't. I think Kevin Owens deserves a title reign, a top title reign. He's been amazing for years and years and years. So hopefully he gets back to that point at some point. But as for right now, I think I'm gonna have to go with Cody on it. But good segment, good match by Kevin Owens and Rey Mysterio. But we'll see what happens going forward. We get a Charlotte Flair video package played, which I thought was pretty interesting. I know there was something that happened on her social media recently, but now we're getting to see it on WWE TV. She's like training, getting back healthy, all that kind of stuff. I think maybe at the Royal Rumble, maybe we get Charlotte showing up in the Rumble, and I wouldn't even be surprised if she wins it and then faces Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania for that title. You can argue that Charlotte's not somebody who needs to win a Rumble to get a title match, but I could see it happening. And it's kind of cool. It's like the changing of the guard going on right now, right? It's like Bayley versus Roxanne, Charlotte versus Tiffy. And if Becky comes back, I feel like Becky versus Lyra Valkyria would be a thing. It's almost like the passing of the torch here, the older generation or the current passing it over to the new. Because moving forward in this company, you could see Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne, and Lyra Valkyria being the three young future of this company. And I kind of just feel like that's the way we're moving right now. And smart by WWE, man. You cannot hate that. And all three women coming up, Lyra, Roxanne, and Tiffy, all have sky's the limit for all three of them. They all have the it factor. They all got it. So speaking of Tiffany Stratton and Bayley in the main event for the Women's Championship, Roxanne Perez is in the crowd to watch. I fully expected her to get involved in this match, but she ended up not getting involved. This was a great match. This was a banger of a match. I think maybe I might edge and give Rey Mysterio versus Kevin Owens the edge on this one, being the best one of the night, because I feel like towards the end of Bayley versus Tiffany Stratton, it kind of ran a little too long for me. I think the crowd was hyped for it for most of the match. And then towards the end of the match, I could feel the crowd kind of dying down a little bit. And they only popped for like the bigger part of the moments where they thought the match might be over. A big move and a pin, whatever. But but overall, still was a great match. I can kind of see it towards the end of that match, Bayley and Tiffany kind of being like, okay, what do we do next? Because it looked like they were kind of running out of like ideas because it felt like the match ran a little long. But that being said, the match ends with Tiffanystratton winning. She retains the championship cleanly. I thought she was going to get help from like Roxanne or something, but no, Tiffanystratton won. I thought this was also pretty smart. You want to have Tiffany be viewed as a top dominant, like real champion who doesn't need to cheat to win. And, if this is the way they're transitioning her into a face too, would be a good idea. Because I feel like when Charlotte comes back, I feel like we get a heel Charlotte versus a babyface Tiffanystratton. I think that would do blockbuster numbers. Their matches are going to be so good. So yeah, I like this. I like Tiffany winning without having to cheat. Bayley, maybe now that she lost cleanly, she has no excuses to keep going back for this title. Maybe she can move on and face Roxanne and kind of put her over, and we get a new star in Roxanne Perez. But that is SmackDown. I appreciate everybody. I really do. Thank you for watching this video. Hey, the goal now is to live stream Monday Night Raw on Monday. So I'm going to test it out. I don't know if I have everything set up the way I need it to be, but I would love for you to join me when Monday Night Raw is on. I created a Twitch. It's Wicked Bitter. It's the same as YouTube. Go to twitch.com. It's Wicked Bitter over there. I'm going to be watching Raw. I'm going to do a test run. If it's a little clunky, it's not perfect, forgive me. I'm testing it out. I'm trying it out for the first time. I'm going to work on it and get it better and better, whatever I need to adjust and fix after that. So I would love for you to be there and watch Monday Night Raw with me. We can talk. I'll have the chat up. We can talk at the same time. We can watch this together, experience it together. I think that would be amazing. Would love to see you there. So Wicked Bitter on Twitch. Give it a check it out. Follow it or just go watch with me if you want to. That'd be great. And until we eat again, my friends, please like this video if you haven't yet. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And stay safe until the next video. Until we eat again, always stay bitter.